I am now in Brazil at Tadi's parents' house, and I figured that you might want to meet Tadi, so here she is. Okay, the flight was actually pretty nice. First of all, there was a really hot guy on board. Which was really funny because as we were passing him by in the hallway, Mama was like, oh, if you want to feel better, maybe that hot guy is on board. Literally like 2 rows away. I'm not even kidding. When we went online to do the final travel plans, I ended up seeing my seat, and I wanted to take a video of the outside area while I was taking the flight, so I asked to change my seat because originally I was in an aisle. So I changed my seat to 35C, which is a window seat. And it just so happened that the next 2 seats to me, even though they said they were occupied on the seating chart, were actually empty. And I got 3 pillows.
Huge mess.
I got 3 pillows though.
Yeah.
So it was worth it in the end. I did make a huge mess though.
You got 3 pillows?
I got 3 pillows because there was a pillow and a blanket for each chair.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I stole one of the blankets. I wish I could have shown you it. It's a nice blanket. Maybe you'll add
It's
that in
red.
there. It's a red blanket, yes. Thank you for putting that, Tadi.
I'm just so useful here.
Okay.
No,
so,
yeah. Well,
let me describe how it was
sorry.
awkward though. What were you gonna say?
I'm just saying that you were lucky now, and then when you go back, they're gonna be like 2 really fat guys sitting next to you because you were so lucky.
Eating buckets of KFC chicken like in Jake and Josh.
It's gonna be gross.
Anyway, I get to spread out like all of my stuff, and like I put my bag on one seat and I had my iPod out and like my camcorder was underneath, and like, well, I had to put my camcorder underneath because I really wasn't comfortable like filming people, and obviously they weren't comfortable with me because I had the camera on while I was boarding the plane, and I was getting some of the dirtiest looks ever. Not to mention, the camera, whenever it turns on, like it was an overnight flight, and the camera, whenever it turns on, it makes this really loud beep noise. And I'm like, okay, obviously that's not gonna work. So every time I had to turn on the camera, I had to like put my sweater on top and like the 3 pillows, and I'd like smother it and be like, turn it on. So it was a bad situation. In the morning, one of the ladies came by and she was all like, hello, would you like some breakfast? Yes, please, I'm starving. Okay, here you go. Oh, I see that these 2 seats have stuff on them. Are they occupied as of current? No. Oh. Okay, well, have a nice morning. Yeah. Ow, sorry. See? Can I go away? I will shackle you to this bed. So, obviously, that's just weird. Telling her that I was taking up all that space, I just realized, like suddenly I realized I felt like the area around me, just like everybody realized, oh, this girl is a minor. Only a minor would ask for orange juice with her breakfast instead of wine.
They were serving wine?
They served wine.
With the breakfast?
They served wine, yes, and it was free.
Wine for breakfast?
And dinner.
Oh, people are so drunk.
You gotta be rich to drink at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's a line from Mamma Mia.
Except it's for free at the airplane ride.
What?
If it's for free at the airplane ride, you don't have to be rich to drink wine.
So after we land and we get off the plane, I did not hear any of the announcements because I was so concentrating on how I was going to figure out which baggage claim I had to go to and how I was going to get to this place and how I was going to find Tadi, that I didn't hear any of the announcements of where these things were. So I basically just walked out of the plane and just followed the crowd, and it was like this big like tunnel-like thing that twisted and turned through the place, and it was all like where. And like people were talking in Portuguese, and I was basically alone.
Oh.
And scared and a child. So I got to the lady who accepts the passports. She held out her hand and I gave her my passport, and then she held up like this paper thing with like an address and like a bunch of numbers on it, and she tapped it like this, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna send me home. They're gonna send me home because I don't have this mysterious piece of paper with 8 numbers on it. But it was okay because she let me through. And so I got my 2 suitcases. and I proceeded to follow the crowd again. This time it didn't work out so well. I followed the crowd into the duty-free shop on the opposite end of the area, got totally lost, and then I approached this one guy, and he started going like, blah, 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 and I was like, oh, no Portuguese, and he's like, no English, and I was like, oh, well, I guess this is a problem. I saw a sign that applied to my situation, and I was like, oh, maybe I have to go over there, and sure enough, that's where I had to go. And then Toddy was standing over there, and we were all like, oh my god, hey, what's up? And her mom can't speak English, so she can understand it, though. Kudos for that. You know, there's a lot of motorcycling people around here that are just really dangerous.
I know, they die a lot.
Like, I had the impression when I got here that it was going to be so much worse than it actually. My dad was like, I can teach you some techniques on how to get people away from you. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'll be good. He's like, no, seriously. Because, like, a person could come up to you and, like, knock you in the face with his elbow, just, like, grab your purse and run. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. But then he, like, planted the seed in my head. I didn't bring my purse. I'm being serious.
Okay.
I didn't bring my purse from home because it was magnetized, and I figured, you know, somebody could just be like, pop it open and just go, wow, and take out my wallet and be all like, ha ha ha. Hashtag travel girl issues. Well, I suppose that this whole, like, mix-up of what Brazil would be like came from more, like, movies than anything, though. Well, no, I take that back, because the only movie that I really know about Brazil is the movie Rio, with the one about the two parrots. That entire movie was like animated in the slums of Brazil. I blame you, Pixar. It's not that bad, guys. Don't hate, appreciate.
So your first impression is it's not that bad.
What? I wanna love you. Pretty hard thing. Love and care.
Tomorrow we're gonna watch the game, the soccer game.
Over the TV.
Yeah, maybe at a bar.
Will they serve food there? Yes. Then I'm in. Food is what gets me anywhere. You want something from me? Food.
Yeah, I think I'm like.
Well, this depends, of course. I mean, if it's inappropriate, then money, but no. Prostitution! Let's do it at the same time.